Hey, Paul Roberts, Drill here. I wanted to show you some of my collection, some of the interesting stuff I've collected and built over the past few years. Okay, let's take a look. This is a table fiddle. This one seems to come from around 1880 or so. I'll post a link to a video where I record a bit of Red River Valley, including this in the arrangement. This is a custom designed zither table with sound holes so that you can project the sound towards an audience, and it helps amplify through acoustic means. This is the table. Zoom out a bit there. This is my zither corner that has some of the zithers in my collection. You have a pianolin, an ale, or a variable zither. This is recorded as a Symphony number 5 harp. Interesting zither that has 2 layers, an upper layer for the chords, bottom layer for your melody strings. It's listed as F scale and C scale. You have your standard guitar mandolin zither, a harp-alike, which I am repairing. A number of these I'm repairing and restoring. This is recorded as a Lion zither. I think that one's from around circa 1900. I have to double check my papers. This one similarly should be around the late 1800s, early 1900s. It's from the Paramount Company. It's significantly older than other models and designs that we see for these type of guitarophones. This is a lap steel banjo that I just recently built. It's a prototype. It's not meant to be pretty, it's meant to be functional. I built it for a soundtrack that I'm composing and recording right now for work. And it works, but I'll have to replace this with a higher quality banjo head now. That was just a tambourine. It worked, and I see how it functions. So I know that the idea does actually work, so I am going to make a second prototype. This is my concert violin zither, or in German it's a concert Violinharf. Beautiful instrument. You play with a thumb pick on this side for the chords, and then on this side you have strings that are bowed. This is a Burmese mandolin that I was able to find last year. It's 6-string. It has its own particular tuning configuration, but I've tuned this with extra light electric guitar strings, so I can tune it a full octave up from a standard guitar. Pretty sparkly, don't you think? Okay, this is a banjo zither that I built a couple weeks ago for the soundtrack that I'm working on right now. Wanted to get an interesting sound, and this was the instrument, or one of the instruments that I came up with. There are 4 chord groups here. This is a taishokoto, or a taishogoto, from Japan, also known as a Nagoya harp. Use these keys. You can see the fret mechanism, and there are springs above that. And I just realized I never really thought about it until today, but you actually can also bow this instrument. It wasn't until I had the bow sitting here, so I just discovered it just now. And strangely enough, it sounds quite pleasant, and the intonation's pretty good because you have the keys there. So now I'm going to find a way to work that into an upcoming soundtrack. This is a psalmodican that I built last year. This is tuned in G. Alright, so I needed a piccolo banjo for the soundtrack I'm working on currently, and Australia does not have them. They're already rare enough as it is, so I purchased this cheaper banjolele, and I added a fifth tuner there, and used a banjo spike, as you can see on the fret there, to get a full octave up from the standard 5-string. So I've taken this to music jams, and people there really like the sound of it. So that's a full piccolo banjo, and it didn't really cost much, just a little bit of elbow grease. I'm converting this 5-string banjo into a resophonic banjo. I need to drill some holes into that top plate there, so I can use 3 sound posts to transfer the vibrations from the bridge, which will sit on top of that top plate there, and that will transfer the vibrations down onto a bottom plate, which will then sit on the spider there. I would have liked to use a gold tone. I'd love to own a gold tone dobro, but I'm kind of tapped out at the moment after purchasing the cello banjo and the F12. So I think right now I'll just have to build my own so I can use this in the soundtrack work that I'm creating right now. Alright, thanks for stopping by and having a look at some of the collection. Hope you enjoyed that. Take care. See ya.